Am I the asshole for going to my best friend's wedding instead of my wife's birthday party? I don't know if you're an asshole, but I know you're stupid. Hey guys, hope you're ready for your daily dose of Am I the Asshole? So I'm gonna do a new thing here on Fighting Boys. I'm just gonna try to cover these daily. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's jump right into it. Am I the asshole for going to my best friend's wedding instead of my wife's birthday party? I don't know if you're an asshole, but I know you're stupid. My wife is turning 30. Oh, shit. Already like a pretty key birthday. You know, if you said my wife was turning like 27 or something, 37, 47, some off year, not nice round number birthday, maybe you could have gotten away with it. But 30, that's a big birthday. And it's planned a big birthday party. I just, this is like a question where it's like, the more you read, and it's not even that long, it's just like, how stupid can you be? So his wife has planned a big birthday party with her friends and family. It's like, everyone come to my 30th birthday party. Unfortunately, my best friend has also got his wedding on the same evening. Sorry, bro, I can't make it. That's the answer you're supposed to give. I have picked my best friend's wedding as we are very close, and I do not get along with my wife's family. You're an idiot. Dude, are you married to your best friend? Are you marrying your best friend? If you're going there to marry your best friend, then I commend you. I mean, I know, was it bigamy? Being married to multiple people isn't legal, but if you want to try to go for it, then go for it. But I don't care how much you don't like your wife's family. If it's her 30th birthday, you should be there to be supportive of somebody. You shouldn't just say, well, I don't like your mom and dad, so fuck you. I'm off to go to my best friend's wedding, which sounds like a lot more fun. So it's basically, this dude actually does believe bros before hoes. He really does. He's someone that took that to heart, and he's really honestly going with that. My wife is now furious with me and demanded I do not go to the wedding, but I can't go back on my commitment I made to my best friend. You totally can. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so the commitment you made to your wife means nothing to you, in other words. Like, dude, you should get a divorce. If it's literally that easy for you to blow off your wife's 30th birthday, then you're a shitty husband. Like, not even, there's no question. So am I going the asshole for going to the wedding anyway? Yeah, you are. Extra info: the birthday has been planned for a few months now. Invites have been sent. Venue has been booked. I got the wedding invite this week. Do you just double down on your stupidity? So the birthday party has been planned for a while, and then last minute something came up to give you an excuse to get out of it, and you're bailing, and you're wondering why. I mean, Reddit's deemed you the asshole. It's not hard to see why. So many good comments on here. I guess you want to be divorced. It's fine to go to the wedding. Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, maybe his friend will miss his wife's birthday for Op's next wedding. Honestly, she's turning 30. It's been planning for months. Op has only just got the RSVP. I would go with the wife and send friend a good gift. No shit. I think anyone with two brain cells firing in the same direction knows that this guy wants to get divorced. This guy does not want to be in this relationship. I mean, his wife's been planning this for months. He gets a last minute invitation to his friend's wedding. It's like, oh God, I'd feel so bad if I didn't go. It's like, you're married to this other person though. Like, you're supposed to be sharing your life and spending your life with this other person. I just can't fathom any part of me. Like, if I was in this situation, like Taylor was turning 30, right? And then, oh, my best friend, oh, hey, I'm getting married. Here's like a week's notice. Oh, tough call, but Taylor, I'm sorry, baby. Just gonna have to miss your birthday. You just can't do that. You can't miss a huge birthday party, especially not for your wife. There's a lot of people's birthdays you can bail on. There's a lot of obligations you can bail on. But someone who's really close to you, as close as like a significant other, you really shouldn't bail on their birthday. So you're basically choosing your best friend over your wife, and enjoy jerking off for the foreseeable future. Am I the asshole for not caring that my coworker is allergic to dogs? See, this one seems a little more dicey to me. This could go either way. The other one I think was just cut and dry. It's like one of those questions like, hey, I supported the Holocaust. Am I an asshole? It's like, yes. Hey, I blew up an orphanage. Am I the asshole? Yes. But this one, you could be the asshole. Maybe you're not. Who knows? I work in a warehouse with 26 other people. Been there for 5 years now. I have a Japanese Akita. I actually wanted to get that kind of dog. But at the time I was living with TJ, and he was freaked out because he claimed that if the Akita snapped, that the Akita would be able to kill TJ. So he didn't want to have he didn't want me to get an Akita, which I think was weird. I mean, like, I don't know. Akitas really, they can be vicious, but they're not really known for like attacking many people. Certainly not like pit bulls. These dogs shed a lot. That is true. Everything I researched about Akitas is they shed like crazy. One of my new coworkers is allergic to dogs. Okay, well, I mean, I get that, but you're working in a warehouse with 26 other people, so you don't really get the control people do at their homes. This has caused an issue. When they use the break room, they start sneezing a lot. Well, that sucks. I mean, I understand. I empathize with that. They don't want to be around dogs, but obviously a lot of people have pet dander on them, whether they know it or not or realize it or not. I have pictures of my dog at my workstation, so they know that I have him. It's not a secret or anything. Well, why would it be a secret? You have a dog. That's not controversial. They went to the boss and said they need to be accommodated because of their medical condition. It came to me and asked if I could please do anything. What do you want them to do? Like, what can I do? You have the dog and you've worked there for 5 years. Can you please do anything? What can I possibly do? I have a pet. What else can even be done in this situation? Like, can you take old Lassie behind the barn and take care of that problem? Beyond that, or just giving the dog away, I don't know what you could do. So I started keeping a clean set of overalls in my locker, and I put them on as soon as I get to work. I mean, okay, there you go. That seems like a solution. You know, hey, I'm not going to bring these home. I'm going to have clothes that are not from home. Obviously, there could still be pet dander on you, but I guess that could help the issue. Apparently, this was not good enough, so I just started staying out of the break room. Nope. If they come into my zone, they start sneezing. They told my boss I should be forced to go to my dog because it's affecting their work. Fuck you. No, fuck this coworker. You've got to be kidding me. They've already tried to accommodate you. It's a place of business. It's not your personal playground. It's not where you live. If you can't work around this other person who's already worked there, then you need to go find a different job. It has nothing to do with, like, they're not bringing the dog to work. The dog is not being brought around you. The dog just happens to live with this person, and you happen to get sick if you deal with the dog. If you're around this dog's dander. But that's not this person's fault, and they've already said, okay, I'll have clothes, I'll leave here. So they're not going to go to my house, and I'm going to be around my pet. I don't even know. I mean, I guess maybe like there's somehow like, you know, the dog is licking him or something, or her. I guess we don't know the gender of the person writing this. But at the same time, I just don't really understand like how you could possibly ask someone to get rid of a dog. Like, how could you walk up to somebody and go, hey, you know what? Even though we just work together and have no other relationship outside of that, you should just get rid of your pet because I sneeze when I go around you. And I just don't feel good. Get a different fucking job then, bro. They told my boss that I should be forced to go to the dog because it's affecting their work, blah, blah. The thing is, I know that I'm not the only one with a dog, right? At least three of the guys I work with have dogs. So how do you know it's his dog? I told my boss I will never consider him my dog, and they can just take some Benadryl or something. Well, I mean, that's not really going to work. Let's just be honest. Like, you take Benadryl, you're going to be falling asleep. Until you get used to it, then it's just not going to work. Like, antihistamines only work to a point. If you take too much of them, you get sleepy. And if you don't take it, and if you get a tolerance built up to it, it's not going to really help you in those symptoms. Now they're crying because they might have to quit because they can't work here. I just don't care because they certainly do. They're saying I'm an asshole for prioritizing my dog over their livelihood. How? No. They worked there for 5 years before this other person showed up. They're not prioritizing their dog over your livelihood. What they're doing is saying, I happen to own dogs and other people here do too. If you're that allergic, but you can't work around people who happen to have dogs and have dogs around them, that's your problem. They didn't make you have an allergy to dogs. They didn't cause you to have that allergy. That's like if you went to a Walmart or you went to a Target or something and you started sneezing, like, do you have dogs? We shouldn't allow people that own dogs to shop here because it might affect me because I'm allergic to this. Your personal medical conditions, while I empathize with you, does not give you the fucking right to demand other people get rid of their animals or make huge, drastic changes. Edit. My boss got me the extra coveralls and arranged for an extra washing as an accommodation. I volunteered to stay out of the break room. Yeah, this person, they volunteered to stay away from this person, stay out of the break room, stay out of any common space, but they still have to work. This person doesn't ask, are they the asshole? But the answer is no. You didn't really do anything wrong. Like, what did you even do? You had a dog. That's the only thing you've done. You had a dog. So if having a dog makes you an asshole, then like 80 million people or whatever, how many dogs, families own dogs in America are assholes. So millions of people are assholes by this person's metric. Not the person writing this, but the person making these demands. So no, you're not the asshole. Not even close. Am I the asshole for calling police after my brother dropped off his 2 kids at my workplace? So Reddit's already made a call on this one. They're saying not the asshole, but let's see. I mean, I'm probably leaning that that's right. Especially that the title kind of says it all. Hey, I'm gonna drop my kids off. Have a good day. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm working. It's not gonna work. My M31 brother, M36, is a single and widowed. All right, that sucks. Dad of 2 kids, my nephews, both under the age of 10. Okay. He used to have babysitters, but ever since he met his new girlfriend, he stopped hiring any help because his girlfriend claimed that she wanted one of the kids to warm up to and get used to her as the only woman in their life. Okay, I mean, that's a little weird, but at least she's accepting of them, I guess, right? You know, like we've covered plenty of these stories where like the girlfriend or the stepmom or whoever is just like, I hate you and you're terrible and I don't want anything to do with your kids. I mean, so it's a little strange, but at least she's like trying to actually like actively build a relationship with them. And hopefully she's sincere. A lot of people say they're sincere in these kind of matters with, you know, people who lose parents and then another person comes in their life that they just want to get the kids out because they can't stand the kids or they want to replace them with their kids, you know, so hopefully this is actually true. But I mean, yeah, maybe a little weird. So he started asking me to watch the boys whenever he had something to do. I'd help if I'm able, but I work a demanding job and need to cover full time. He, for whatever reason, refuses to acknowledge that. Well, yeah, because he just wants to. I mean, he wants to do other things. He wants to make other plans, and he wants you to be a babysitter. So, refusing to acknowledge that is, you know, basically refusing to acknowledge reality is that reality is inconvenient for them, and of course, if they acknowledge that, then they have to realize that they're imposing on you by doing that. So, of course, it makes sense. They're just going to like be like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. But, you know, still, I really need you to watch my kids. Days ago, he was going for lunch with his girlfriend to meet her friends and wanted me to have the boys. I told him I had to work, but he begged me to take the day off. I mean, that's pretty unreasonable. If you have to work, you have to work. You know, it's not really an optional thing. I don't think this guy's going to his stressful, demanding job just because he's like, well, it's fun. I refused and went to work. Well, right. He has to make ends meet. Got to do it. At 11 a.m., a coworker of mine entered the office, and behind him were my nephews. What? Oh, no. This is horrible, too, because, like, being an uncle, it's like he doesn't want to be mean to his nephews, I'm sure, who lost their mom, right? But he also has to work a job. So this also could be negatively reflected upon him. Goes, hey, your nephews are here. They're looking for you. What's going on? You know, so it's like if you seem like an asshole, and then like your boss might think you're a piece of shit. You know, your boss might think you don't take work seriously. It's like, why do you have your nephew showing up to the job? You know, like what the hell's going on here? Is it an emergency? What is this? This isn't a place of business. This isn't a fucking babysitter. This isn't a daycare. You can't just bring fucking kids here. It's not how it works. Not to mention they're the age of 10. So are these kids being homeschooled or isn't there school or something at 11 a.m.? I don't know. It seems a little bit weird that they would be home then, but okay. He told me my brother dropped them off so they could stay with me. I was in a state of disbelief, but also furious. I felt stuck and terrified my boss would see this and I'd get in trouble. I couldn't even take time off because of how busy I was. Out of frustration, I called the police. Oh my God. So this is where it gets a little extreme. I get what his brother did was wrong, but I'm not sure if I'm at that point going to call the police. I mean, obviously this guy can make his own decisions and he did, but I just don't know. That seems a little bit of an extreme reaction to immediately go, well, you know what? Fuck this. I'm calling the cops on you. But he did and explained what happened. They got a hold of my brother and he was forced to come take them off me, as well as to get in trouble with the authorities who spent hours talking to him. My bickus. I think you mean your boss. My boss eventually found out, and I had to leave work early to go home. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Your boss is like, what the fuck is this? Why are the cops getting called here? I mean, dude, you probably made a situation worse than it should have been, honestly, by calling the police. But that doesn't necessarily make you the asshole, but it makes you kind of dumb. Because I don't think I would have, like, if I'm worried about my job, I'm going to bring the police to my place of business or my work. Like, I just don't think I'm going to do that, even if my asshole brother drops his kids off. I mean, thankful for me, TJ's never going to have kids. And even if he did, we don't even live that close to each other right now. So he couldn't even drop his kids off if he wanted to, if he had them, which he doesn't want them. In the evening, my brother called and started screaming at me, calling me names of all sorts, and saying that I not only ruined his meeting with his girlfriend and her friends, but caused him to get in trouble with police. He called me a vile son of a bitch and said I could have had the kids with me for a couple hours, or even took them home and took the rest of the day off. Why don't you just bring the kids to the fucking lunch? You know, that's the thing to me. Yeah, maybe calling the police was an overreaction, but you dropping the kids off was also an overreaction especially without asking. And if you really have that, like, if you want to bring the kid, I don't get why you wouldn't bring the kids with you to this meeting. If it's so important for this girlfriend to bond with them and get to know them, then what's the problem with bringing the kids to the lunch to begin with? We haven't been speaking, but his girlfriend is constantly shaming me for what I had done, saying she treats the kids better than I do, and I should be ashamed of this. The totality of it is you weren't a good brother by doing what you did, by calling the police. Now, refusing, I don't think that you did anything wrong there. I think calling the police was extreme, but I also think it was wrong of your brother to drop the kids off unannounced and just assume you would take care of them. So this one is, I can see the thorniness in it a little bit, but I think in the end, I think Reddit got it right. I think this guy is definitely not the asshole because he didn't instigate any of this. Did he react poorly? Yes, but his brother also tried to force his kids onto him at work. He's at his job. He can't do that right then. He's not able to watch his nephews right at that moment. And if they're so concerned about the relationship with these kids, like his brother and his girlfriend, take the kids with you. I mean, it says 11 a.m. So, like, I have a couple of questions with his brother. Why are his kids not at school at 11 a.m.? That's where kids usually should be during the school year, right? School, learning stuff. That's where they should be. And if they're not, for whatever reason, like you're homeschooling them or whatever, then here's a bright idea. Take them with you. You're going to lunch. Take the kids with you. The kids have to eat, right? Like, what does this guy expect? His brother's just supposed to take the day off and feed his nephews and just take care of them? Like, I don't even understand how you could think that's okay. In what world is it okay just to drop someone off and just say, hey, here you go, bye. Let's do what Reddit said. Not the asshole, it's child abandonment, plain and simple. I don't think it's child abandonment. I have to disagree with you there. I think that what it's doing is it's imposing on someone. I mean, look, child abandonment is like you just leave your kids at home and just leave. That would be child abandonment, and you just don't come back. Child abandonment, I think it's more. I don't think anyone's going to legally interpret it that way. I think that's kind of like a stretch, But at the same time, I think it's also because he knew his their uncle was there. He knew his brother was there. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like he's abandoning them. He's really just like what would you call this? He's like doing like an involuntary. He's treating him like an involuntary babysitter. He has no ability to say no. He just gets the kids dropped off. And surprisingly, we see a lot of these stories on here where people do this to people in their family. They just leave kids with them and like, here you go. And they just take off because that person wouldn't agree. It's like, what do you think that's going to do to your relationship with that person? Even if they just say, fuck it, I'll watch them anyways. You've already damaged the relationship with that person because they're never under any circumstance going to ever want to watch your kids again because they know you don't respect them and you don't respect their boundaries. So while this person, the brother is definitely an asshole and the op here is definitely not the asshole, I just don't think I would involve the police. I think that's my main gripe with this is I would involve the police in it. I think I would have gotten my car. I would have taken the time to go drop them off. I'd be like, hey, were you guys having lunch? And drop the kids off and left. That's probably what I would have done. Personally, just as a big fuck you to my brother for pulling some shit like that on me. But, at the same time, I get why he called the police. He's like, you know what? I don't want this to ever happen again. And this is a way of ensuring it won't. And I guarantee you, but he's never going to do this shit again. And that's probably what his way of thinking is. So, I can see it both ways. But at the end of the day, I think you really truly have to side with the person posting this here, because look, he is under no obligation to watch his brother's kids. He's not. And you can't pull shit like this. You can't fucking just drop your kids off and expect someone's going to be a free babysitter, especially at work. At work of all places. That is how most of the stories, like, it's at somebody's house, you know? It's at their house. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to try to leave my kids there by, which is fucked up in itself. But it's like, he's working. How can he watch your kids? I mean, like, you're going to fucking lunch. Just the fucking balls of that. I'm going to have a nice leisurely lunch, watch my fucking kids. Bring your fucking kids with you, bro. Bring your fucking kids. Is it that difficult? Just bring them. I don't know. People are crazy, man. People are insane. They're nuts. Well, that's what I got for you guys today. We'll be back with probably 2 or 3 more stories tomorrow, and we can find out, are these people the asshole? Are they just maligned by the internet? Who knows? I don't know. We'll find out soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.